DJ.
I'm going to hell.
What is going on, you guys? It's Extreme here, and welcome back to another episode of Road to Max Prestige. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday. If you're watching this when this video goes live, if you're watching it on any other day, I hope you guys are having a good day, good night, good morning, good weekend, good holiday, good whatever. At the time of this recording, I've had some pretty interesting things happen to me in the last, I'd say 24 hours. And I was reminded of someone who I haven't thought about in a while. And I don't know if I've talked to you guys about her before, but I thought I'd share a story of a friend of mine who I'm going to refer to simply as Heather. Now, I met Heather about a month after I met my ex. And Heather and I were coworkers. And Heather was a very attractive young woman. She was about 3-4 years younger than me. Nice boobs, nice butt, nice body. Very attractive. She and I were so similar, it really was a little scary. We thought the same, we had the same mentalities, the same attitude, just same outlook on life. And of course, we both were perverts. So that's always a good thing. But sadly, we were both in relationships at the time we met. I just got with my girlfriend, and she had just gotten with her significant other. So it was a very unique situation. And it got complicated fast because Heather wound up getting promoted to my supervisor. It didn't change our relationship. We were still friends. We still associated, still talked, still goofed around, still talked about shit that we probably shouldn't talk about, especially at work. But we did, and it was fun, and it was an interesting relationship that we had. It was an interesting dichotomy that we had. However, eventually I would lose my job. I was fired for very bullshit reasons. Heather had to make the call, and it wasn't a call she enjoyed making, but she made it. And she told me after that she truly regretted it. It was one of the few decisions she truly wishes she could have gone back and taken back, basically. But she made the call, and just a short while later, I was completely fired from the company I was working with. And then shortly after that, my mom passed. So it was a wonderful 2-month time span. Maybe about 3-4 months after that, Heather calls me up, and we're just talking. And she asked if I was mad at her or anything. I said, nah, I've been dealing with a bunch of other things. And filled her in on events that had happened, and she was very apologetic. But we started talking. And next thing I know, Heather tells me that since the day we met, she's had a thing for me. And the only reason she didn't pursue that thing was, well, one, she kind of had somebody in her life, and two, I had somebody in life. In fact, to be honest, we both still had someone at that time in our lives. We were both dating someone. I was dating my ex, she was dating someone. And there was consideration of, pursuing maybe a one-time thing, like hook up, have some fun, and that'd be it. But we both had this firm stance on cheating, and it was something that we couldn't really break. But we toyed around with the idea for a while. A really long while, to be honest. We toyed around with the idea for about a year and a half, till finally we agreed that it was best that we just, acknowledge that it would be fun and something we both want, but neither one of us could cheat on our significant others. But I got really close to Heather, and I enjoyed our conversations. more so than I enjoyed with any other woman I've ever known, even my ex. And about a year or so ago, Heather kind of just disappeared. Now, as of this recording, I have no idea what happened to her. I heard she moved out of San Diego, and her and her significant other were no longer together, that they had split up, and the rumor that I have heard is that Heather unfortunately got hooked on drugs. And this is what I heard in the last 24 hours. And it made me really sad, you know, because here's somebody who I respected and admired and was, of course, and still am attracted to. Not just physically, but it was weird. And hearing this really bothered me, you know, and hearing that this person who I do give a shit about is having problems and doesn't really have anyone to protect her. And I don't want to give the wrong impression where I'm like, oh, knight in shining armor. No. I mean protect her from herself. Protect her from doing stupid shit. Because she doesn't have, and I know Heather, okay? She doesn't have that conscience. You know, she's got it, but the little voice in your head that says, "This is a really bad idea, you shouldn't fucking do that." That voice doesn't exist, okay? It does, but only in situations that, in very specific situations. Does that little voice pop up? The rest of the time? Yeah, no. So it bothers me that I'm sitting there going, fuck, man. And I know this because when she and I were goofing off, there's no other way to put it. There's at least one other way to put it. We never did anything. Just want to clarify that right now. We never did anything. We came close one time. And the only reason nothing happened is because we weren't alone. That's all I'm going to say. So, but during that time, she was suggesting this idea she had. And she was so into the idea, and she was like, she'd already figured out how she could pull it off and everything. And I'm all, this is the part where your conscience should tell you this is a bad idea, and here's why. And she said, oh, that's a really good point. What else about this is a bad idea? And I literally sat there and listed off all the things. And I don't want to suggest what the idea was, so I'm not even going to hint at anything, but it was a really bad idea. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling her, like, this is bad, this is dumb, don't do it, it's not worth it. She listened, which was good, but she had that. It was a thing that I always found fun about her, was that she had that, I guess you could say, childlike mentality when it came to certain things. If she really wanted to do something, she fucking did it. And no one was going to tell her no. Unless, of course, you gave her really good reasons not to do something. But to hear that she's got herself hooked on some pretty nasty stuff, and it just, like I said, it made me really sad. And I wish I could get a hold of her and be like, what the fuck are you thinking? Why? Fill me in. What's going on? What's causing this? Because at the end of the day, she's still my friend and I still care. And it bothers me that I can't do anything. And like I said, I have no contact with her. I haven't had contact with her in about 1.5 years, 2 years. I have no way to contact her. I don't have a cell phone number for her. I don't have an email. I got nothing. She kind of cut all ties for very specific reasons. I know the reasons because she told me they were coming, but I didn't think she was going to do it, and she did. But I highly doubt she's ever going to see this video. And I wish she could. because I tell her if she needs me, I'm here. You know how to get in touch with me, one way or the other. Phone, email, text, instant message. I'm everywhere. She's got all of my connections, all my contacts. She could reach out to me. And I wouldn't really ask any questions. I'd just be an ear for her to listen to. And it just... I'm worried about my friend. And it's that simple. Anyways, before I forget, there will be a new episode of Becoming Legend later today. I know I promised one yesterday. There was a glitch. I'll talk about it tomorrow. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until next time, adios. Oh, on defense, this gun would be just amazing, I think. And you'd have at least 2 people rolling with these things. And they're fun. I mean, it's fun to sit there and just be a fucking human turret. I'm being honest. This was fun for me. This was enjoyable. And I'm just sitting there like, where is everybody? I want to shoot you in the face. The only downside is, for this gun to be effective, you have to play very defensively. And that's my only downside to this. But other than that, the other things they got to buff were the 2 laser guns. By buff, do you mean nerf?